Casey Stengel out in Glendale, California, take a bow. Casey got into Harry Caray's call of the division clincher. The 1-0 taken up and in, 2-0. Now, you know, guys, Harry Caray and Bob Prince, the legendary voice of the Pirates, they were almost outwardly pulling for the Mets down the stretch whenever they were interviewed because it was just such a tremendous national story. And as hard as it's going to be, we're going to try to explain the significance of it all season as we look back on the 50th anniversary. 2-0 foul.
Lowry, who was a solid all-star player last year. So that's an improvement. And they've got depth this year. They've got a lot of major leaguers who, if some of their main guys go down, at least they're not going to have to dip into A ball and bring up some kid who's clearly not ready. So I think the Mets have improved enough to win the division. I don't think so. But a lot of it depends on how dominant that pitching staff can be. Let's go right now to Joe and Hawk here.
Hello, Richard. Listen, Richard, I'm an old Giant fan. I'm an 87-year-old Giant fan, so I've been through it all with my team. And God bless them and God bless Eli. Richard, I heard you say, I mentioned earlier that they're probably not going to go for Hastings or the other fellow, Tyler, or whatever his name is.
Tyler Murray.
Tyler Murray. Tyler Murray, I'm sorry. And yeah, I agree with that. I think Eli can take us to another Super Bowl. And I think, rebuilding the infrastructure is the main thing. Do you think they would probably go for number one pick? They would go for one of these top pass rushers that are out there coming into the draft?
Yep, I think that would be the way they go. It would seem to be that there are a whole bunch of defensive players. We talked to Dottino earlier, and he basically said the first 3 rounds of the draft are loaded with defensive players. So if you can, the Giants don't have a second-round pick. They traded away, but a third-round pick, I'm sorry. So they would like to get into the third round. They've got obviously number 6 and number 38 picks. So if they can get a couple of defensive studs there, a pass rusher, maybe an offensive lineman. They certainly need secondary help, pass cornerbacks, guys that can cover. They could use help there. If they do that, if you look at their, I think their offense with that line just a little bit, with a good right tackle, a really tackle. You protect Eli, you give him a little bit more time. You've got some good receivers, you got a good tight end. Giants can be a lot better. Now, I don't know that Eli, when you say could win them another season. So, I'm not betting on the Giants winning a Super Bowl this year. I think they need a lot of work before they can do that. But I think they see that. I think they see this is a transitional year where they draft the heck out of defense and shore that up and try to get it back to the Taylor and Carson and Banks days like that. And then, work on a quarterback at some point. The problem with that is, when are you going to get a quarterback? You're in a position now where, you're looking and going, okay, well, they don't love anybody this year. They didn't love anybody last year. Who's going to be next year that they're going to fall in love with that they can draft? And on top of that, when you talk about falling in love with quarterbacks, if the Giants are decent this year, if they're 9-7 or 8-8, if they're a pretty good team and they're drafting 16 to 17 in there, you're not going to get that big-time quarterback. You're not going to get that stud guy unless you get somebody that others have ignored. If you get Tom Brady or Russell Wilson or name a quarterback who wasn't drafted in the first couple of rounds. It's a bunch of them. So you've got to have great scouting to figure that out. But you got to take a chance on you know, like Case Keenum, all right? He's going to be available this year, most likely. Denver has brought in Joe Flacco to be their quarterback. Keenum was not, obviously not great last year for the Broncos, but I really blame LA much of that. You know, a great quarterback could judge a quarterback, and ability to help coach quarterbacks, not so much. So, since LA has been their GM, they've, you know, it's basically been the quarterback shuttle. So, Keenum might be available. 30 years old. Is he great? No. But could he guide the team for 5 or 6 more years in a transitional phase? Probably. The Giants have no interest in Nick Foles, who's probably going to go to Jacksonville. Foles going to be a free agent. It's just going to cost them money. They have enough money to get him anyway, with the salary cap situation being what it is. So they can't go there. I don't know what's going on with Teddy Bridgewater. I haven't seen any news on him of late. So the Giants really kind of stuck. Let's go to Chris and Beth Page. You're on the fan. Chris?
Listen, I think quite contrary. I think things didn't fall around any for the Giants when they did. And I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Right. They're paying like $23 million next year, okay? That's just, that should be the last year of the Giants. You know what that $23 million tells me about management? I go to him and I say, look, we're paying $23 million. This is going to be successful. We have a 6th pick overall. We like to sit Haskins. We say, look, he's going to be behind you. You got the job, just like Phil Warner when you came up. Phil Warner, future Hall of Famer. We're going to draft this kid. And, you know, we're paying $23 million. You go and play as hard as you can for as long as you can. And listen, if you get off to an 8-2 start, obviously, and now it looks like we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to stay with you. But, you know, we, as an organization, the 6th pick overall, we're not going to get that anytime you mentioned that. We're never going to be in this position again.
Don't say that. Here's the problem with your scenario. I like Haskins enough to pick him at number 6. They have made that very clear. They think, okay, second rounder, maybe take a shot at him, but we don't want him in the first round at number 6. And he's not going to last till the second round, till the 38th pick, most likely. So they're not going to get him.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. If I'm Dave Gettleman, then, what am I thinking? Like, well, when am I going to like that? When are you going to like somebody? In other words, this is such a quarterback-driven league. And if you don't see now that this is your best opportunity, why should I take phone calls? You know what I mean? It's setting up perfectly. And it's just saying, you know what, they're not saying, you know,
Murray either. They don't believe in Jones unless it's a later round back. So that's the problem. The Giants don't want to reach for a player that they do not believe deserves to be reached for. You know, look, I'm not a scout. I'm not a college football guy, so I can't tell you anything other than what I hear from scouts and college football guys. And basically they say, yeah, you know, Kyler Murray could be a great quarterback in the National Football League, or it could be a bomb. So I posed the question to the team, and I said, look, what about Wilson? You know, if Arizona goes for money, what do they do with Wilson? They probably trade him. Would the Giants get interested? He said, no, the Giants aren't that interested unless they can get him on the cheap and take a chance with him. Now, Wilson, a lot of teams left him off last year. So I don't think they're going to be able to get him on the cheap. So basically, could be Eli Manning for the next year, and maybe it's 2 years. That's all the update. We'll be right back. Okay, Richard, this looks like a sure thing. Opening day, 25 days away, but Masahiro Tanaka pitched effectively his first preseason innings. Wow, they look ready. They can watch a loud contact beginning of the first batter of the afternoon.
1-0. Gardner hits a long fly to right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. To lead off the game, Brett Gardner. Gardner plants one.
Meanwhile, John Sterling also sounded ready for the games that count. Gardner added a second home run, and Judge packed up to pair. And Gary Sanchez and minor leaguer Isaiah Gilliam won each. Yankees ran and hit for a 7-1 win over Detroit. And the homers weren't confined to sign better field. Luke Voigt, homer of the Yankees split squad game up the road in Dunedin. Blue Jays, though, won that one 5-2. Mets turning from frowns to smiles, scoring 4 in the 7th, another in the 8th. They take a 10-6 lead on the Cardinals. Hockey, Caps should be on the verge of, or could be on the verge, rather, of taking command in the Metropolitan Division. They beat the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout, and the Islanders tied with Washington in first. Right now in trouble. They trail the Flyers 3-0 at the Coliseum. NBA gets off to a sluggish start. They trail the Clippers 44-12. Let's talk college basketball. Manhattan beat Quinnipiac 62-58. It was DePaul 92, St. John's 83. UConn just got by.
Down. As you make your way to Erskine Street, looks like a possible accident with stop-and-go traffic back to Flatbush Avenue. Avoid that area. It's also stop-and-go in both directions just west of the Van Wyck. Looks like a possible accident there causing problems. Westbound Staten Island Expressway, Fingerboard Road, accident there has 2 lanes blocked. We've just not had any luck in that area. And then heading over to the BQE westbound of Atlantic Avenue, looks like an accident there with stop-and-go traffic back to Metropolitan Avenue. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The Holland Tunnel approach from 139 at least 30 minutes. The other approaches are 20, 10 to 15 outbound. Lincoln 10 to 15 in, 5 to 10 out. The Georges 15 to 20 inbound and 15 minutes outbound. Eastbound Brooklyn Bridge, bumper to bumper. I'm Gloria Chapa, and it's reported at 4:31 on 1010 Winds.
Winds news time 4:22. Another wintry system is arriving. How much snow you will get depends on where you are, but travel conditions across the area will be difficult into tomorrow morning's commute. The latest from 1010 Winds active weather meteorologist John Furyk joining us live. John?
The winter storm warning runs until 7 a.m. We're seeing precipitation break out now. Some flakes flying across the city, although we'll be mixed with rain here for a time, at least for the city along the coast. The north and west will be all snow, but as precipitation gets a little bit heavier this evening, we'll transition over to all snow. And it will fall heavily for a time tonight before tapering off late tonight. Storm total snow accumulations 1 to 3 inches to the Jersey Shore, Suffolk County, where we have more rain that will mix in. 3 to 6 inches for the city in Nassau County. And certainly we'll see a lot of 5 and 6 inch amounts, especially across Manhattan and the Bronx. And then north and west of the city, 6 to 8 inches. It's all snow, and that's where we'll see the worst of travel conditions late tonight and tomorrow morning, David.
Weather meteorologist John Furyk. The city's Department of Sanitation issuing a snow alert. City officials, they are ready.
Floating salt into spreaders, 695 of them at the ready, along with 1,600 plows. Acting Sanitation Commissioner Stephen Costa saying they've been getting ready for this storm. We'll concentrate on the high spots, on the elevated hills and portions of Arizona that are prone to freeze. And the MTA is pre-positioning equipment for the Monday morning commute, with Emergency Management Commissioner Joseph Esposito issuing this warning. There's public transportation if you need to go out around the city. Do not drive unless you have to, please. Also, tow trucks will be ready to remove stuck vehicles that are blocking traffic. Roger Stern, 1010 Winds at the Spring Street Salt Shed in Manhattan.
Keep it locked. And 1010winds.com for the latest active weather updates along with traffic and transit on the ones. Winds news time 4:24. The investigation continuing into the stabbing death of a for-hire driver. It happened in the Bronx. The driver, 27-year-old Ganu Gandana, was found last night just after 9, bleeding in the driver's seat of his car in front of 4060 Hutchinson River Parkway East in Co-op City. He was rushed to Jacoby Medical Center with wounds to his neck and chest and pronounced dead there. The head of the New York State Federation of Taxi Drivers, Fernando Mateo, spoke about the victim today.
This is a man that dedicated his life to working 12 hours a day, maybe more, to make sure that he provided for his family.
The search continuing for suspects. Police say it isn't clear if the attacker was a passenger or someone who stabbed him outside the vehicle. The New York State Federation of Taxi Drivers offering a $3,000 reward now for information that leads to an arrest and conviction in the case. Winter storm warning in effect right through 7 tomorrow morning. Winds news time 4:25.
At the Orthopedic Hospital at LIJ Valley Stream, we're investing in our future so you can enjoy yours. We're building a premier destination for orthopedic care that's earned the highest certification possible. That's why But London and Cohen, one of the biggest names in orthopedics, selected us as their hospital of choice. A future with less downtime and more quality time? That's innovation that cures and visit northwell.edu/LIJ Valley Stream. Look north. He makes sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. He taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Wins News Time 426. Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins. Here's Steve Potisk.
The warning companies will replace humans with machines has been around since the start of the Industrial Revolution. But today, tech advances have employers hiring more people.
We keep hearing that machines are going to replace jobs, and yet last year we hired 2.6 million people.
Bloomberg's Craig Torres, who looked at a hospital emergency room using the latest software and machines to aid with triage. They found with increased productivity, more than doubling the number of patients seen per hour.
We actually have to add nurses and technicians to do more testing and handle all this patient throughput.
Lonnie Jaffe, Managing Director of Insight Venture Partners, says it takes an enormous amount of data to achieve that. And protecting that data means more hiring.
Security of cybersecurity so you don't end up like Equifax hack actually requires a lot of people.
And Jaffe says as technology prices fall, it actually becomes more attractive for companies to hire since each new hire is working with the latest tools, making employees more productive. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potisk for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time 427. Pop quiz. If you sell a home for $500,000, how much will a traditional real estate agent charge in commission? If you guessed $25,000 to $30,000, you're right. But if you think that's the only way, you're wrong. This is why thousands of homeowners are making the switch to Rex. With Rex, you get a dedicated agent and a full-service experience at a fraction of the cost. Rex uses game-changing technology to cut out the middleman and save homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in fees. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. Remember, this is your home. Why give an insane amount of equity away to an agent? Rex offers the lowest fee in the industry without skimping on service. You'll work with a licensed local expert with you every step of the way. Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. New York license number 10991225737. Please listen to this message.
Hello, I'm Gus Michael Farinella. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here in New York. I have filed over 5,000 successful consumer bankruptcy cases. If you are burdened with debt and your income has not kept pace with rising prices and falling further into debt, my law firm can help. You may consider filing for bankruptcy to protect your home and your assets. Bankruptcy is your legal right and can save your home from foreclosure, stop wage garnishments, and stop your creditors from harassing you at home and at work. We serve both New York and New Jersey. You can call me anytime, 1-800-961-9615. That's 1-800-961-9615. We are a debt relief agency and handle all other legal problems as well. Call today. Tomorrow could be too late. The number, once again, is 1-800-961-9615. That's right. Call me, Gus Michael Farinella, 1-800-961-9615. Just a phone call away. That's a free call for a free consultation.
Winter storm warning in effect now through 7 tomorrow morning. A mix of snow and rain arriving with all snow later tonight. Good afternoon, I'm David Weiss. Winds News Time at the Tone, 4:30.
Good afternoon, I'm Sonia Rincon. In New Orleans, 2 people are dead and a suspect is in custody after a hit and run as crowds gathered on this very busy pre-Mardi Gras weekend. Correspondent Todd Ant tells us the 2 victims killed were on bicycles.
New Orleans police say the driver fled the scene after striking 8 people over a 3-block span just outside the French Quarter. With the help of citizens, he was quickly apprehended by officers. New Orleans Police Superintendent Sean Ferguson.
The citizens stopped this individual because they thought they was helping someone who had just been involved in a 1-car accident.
Ferguson says they now have the driver.
Right now, this individual in custody. Standard protocol with regards to breathalyzer, blood exam.
32-year-old Tashanti Tony was arrested and charged with 2 counts of vehicular homicide and other charges.
We've learned the driver is the son of a police officer and that he told arresting officers, "I have a drinking problem." 2 years ago, on the weekend before Mardi Gras, another drunk driver rammed into a crowd, sending at least 28 people to the hospital. WINS News Time 4:31. From the Ram Trucks Traffic Center, here's Gloria.
Heading Belt Parkway eastbound at Erskine Street. Looks like a possible accident with stopping traffic back to Flatbush Avenue. Westbound BQE Atlantic Avenue. Again, looks like another possible accident. And you do have a traffic bumper to bumper almost all the way back to the Williamsburg Bridge, but it does stay slow to the Metropolitan Avenue area. Eastbound is slow from the Williamsburg to the Kosciuszko Bridge. Now, looking over at what we see on Long Island's Big Three, not so bad. Might see a pocket or two of traffic, but the Southern State, the North State, and the LIE are actually moving along fine. We are getting reports of some snow in spots, so make sure you hurry up and get home and hunker down. Don't sit out on the roads a little bit later. If you're heading over the Hutch, it's going to be heavy. I should say New England Thruway, Bruckner, from the Throgs Neck all the way up to the Hutchinson River Parkway. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George Washington Bridge is 15 to 20 minutes inbound. Outbound is 15 minutes. Both levels. Lincoln is 10 to 15 in, 5 to 10 out. And the Holland is 10 to 15 outbound, and it's 10 to 15 inbound, but it's at least 30 minutes if you're coming in from 139. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones, and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Gloria Chopra on 1010 WINS.
WINS News Time 4:32. Now the 1010 WINS AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Let's get the latest on the storm. Here's meteorologist John Fear.
Yeah, a mixture of rain and wet snow moving into the tri-state area now. To the north and west of the city, it's generally going to be snow when it comes in, and it's going to stay snow. But in and around the city, perhaps a little bit of rain mixed in, especially along the coast, Jersey Shore, Suffolk County, we'll see some rain mixed in. But everybody transitions over to some snow this evening after sunset, and it will fall heavily at times tonight before tapering off late tonight. Roadway conditions will go from just wet at the onset to slushy and then snow-covered tonight, and slippery roadways will probably last into the morning commute. 1 to 3 inches for the Jersey Shore, Suffolk County, 3 to 6 inches for the city of Nassau County, a lot of 5 and 6 inch amounts for Manhattan and the Bronx, and then 6 to 8 inches north and west of the city. Low 32, brisk and chilly for tomorrow, up to 40, and very cold Tuesday and Wednesday. Right out to the park, 40 and mostly cloudy. We're now to 32 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Fear on New York's weather station, 1010 WINS.
WINS News Time 4:33. We have 38 degrees in South Ozone Park, 41 in Englewood, and 41 at the Acme in Allendale. Sponsored by Acme, your favorite local supermarket.
Are you dependent on cocaine? New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medicine is conducting a research study with an investigational vaccine. Receive up to $2,400 compensation. Call 646-962-458. All calls are confidential. That's 646-962-4508. Are you dependent on cocaine? Call 646-962-4508. That's 646-962-4508.
Imagine working hard for so many years and reaching your retirement only to find out there's an issue with your pension or 401k. Unfortunately, it's a problem too many Americans face. The Mid-Atlantic Pension Counseling Project can help you get the benefits you've earned by providing free legal help. Contact the Mid-Atlantic Pension Counseling Project at 800-355-7714 or visit them online at pensionhelp.org/Mid-Atlantic. A public service from the Administration on Aging, Pension Counseling and Information Program.
WINS News Time 4:34. A state lawmaker is urging her colleagues to make fighting and preventing Lyme disease in New York a bigger priority. Republican State Senator Sue Serino says investments in research, treatment, and prevention are working to protect New Yorkers from the disease carried by ticks, but more funding is needed. Lawmakers are putting together this year's budget. Last year, they added a record $1 million for Lyme disease prevention and education. Serino will have more to say at a press conference tomorrow at the state capitol, which will be followed by an expert panel on the disease and efforts to reduce infections. South Korea and the U.S. are curbing annual spring military drills this year, part of the effort to support diplomacy with the North. The announcement came from both countries today. President Trump's latest high-stakes summit with Kim Jong-un in Vietnam did not produce any agreement on North Korea's denuclearization. But National Security Advisor John Bolton tells CNN State of the Union he disagrees with those who say the summit was a failure.
The president has conducted this diplomacy different from prior administrations. All three prior administrations that addressed this question failed, so he's trying a different route. Kim Jong-un himself said at the last meeting, we're going to go through many stations before we reach agreement. This is just one more station.
As for the military exercises, both South Korea and the U.S. say they've agreed to maintain firm military readiness.
with some new command post exercises and revised field training programs. North Korea has called the past drills an invasion rehearsal. Wins News Time 4:35. With more 2020 campaigns launching every week, there's some new polling data on what the election year could mean for President Donald Trump. 4 in 10 voters in the NBC Wall Street Journal poll say they would re-elect him next year. But 6 in 10 disagree with his national emergency declaration to build a wall. 58% said they don't believe he's been honest or truthful when it comes to the Russia investigation. The president is enjoying a 90% approval rating with his Republican base. And a majority of Americans don't believe we are headed for a recession. Both those numbers could hurt Democrats. Wins News Time 4:37. Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescription to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TPY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available on our network.
Wrestle Crust fans, rejoice because it's back by popular demand. Little Caesars Large, soft pretzel crust pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend, surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8, and only $6 from the home of pretzel crust pizza, Little Caesars. Participating locations plus tax.
It's 40 degrees. The AccuWeather Real Feel 35. We are going down to 32 tonight with snow. We have a winter storm warning in effect. 3 to 6 inches for the city and immediate suburbs 6 to 8 for most northern and western suburbs. The low tonight 32 degrees. Again, right now it's 40. Wins News Time 4:38. In 1010 Wins Entertainment News. Tragedy for the show The Voice. One of its rising stars died suddenly this weekend. Janice Freeman was only 33 years old. She had a blood clot that traveled to her heart. Her family tells TMZ she was having trouble breathing and was taken to a hospital where she didn't make it. The singer was one of Miley Cyrus's favorites in 2017. TMZ reports Freeman had battled several health issues, including cervical cancer and meningitis. Charlie's Angels stars Cheryl Ladd and Jacqueline Smith are back together in an episode of the podcast talking about the upcoming new movie. It'll star Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska, and it's co-written by Elizabeth Banks. Smith tells the Hollywood Reporter podcast it happened in Hollywood. Whether or not the latest version of Charlie's Angels is a success will depend on the friendships of the characters, because it works when they work together well. What I hope is that they keep some of the simplicity of our show. You know, where it's really about the girls and not about, you know, when they tried to recreate the show in Miami, that was like they were crime fighters and you didn't see, oh right, it was dog, and our show isn't dog. So Ad Spelling intended the show to be mind candy. Entertainment news at 38 minutes past every hour on 1010 Wins News Time 4:39.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I believe that you're probably going to be the answer because I've been through cancer treatment and knowing what it does to the body, and oh my, that's all that medical science has to offer. There must be a better way, and I think the better way is knowing what to eat. Getting it. I do notice that I have less inflammation. I feel like when I'm taking Balance of Nature, I'm getting fruits and vegetables more than what I would ordinarily get. And right now, you can really smell the fruits and vegetables. I mean, I'm getting fruits and vegetables.
When you call, use discount code NEWS, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code NEWS.
Live and local 24 hours a day. Your news station, 1010 Wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the word.
Good afternoon. It's 40 degrees at 4:40 on this Sunday, March 3rd. I'm Sonia Rincon, and here's what's happening. We've got a winter storm warning with up to 8 inches of snow in the forecast. depends where you are. You may get a lot less or a rainy mix. We will have the latest on tonight's snow. An 8-year-old boy has died in a house fire in Springfield Gardens. Clean causes under investigation. Southern Alabama is marking the anniversary of the Bloody Sunday March by civil rights leaders. Connecticut has held out for a long time when it comes to tolls on the highways, but that could change, and the state wants public input this week. The 10-10 winds AccuWeather forecast: cloudy the rest of the afternoon, with snow arriving possibly as rain first, then mixing and accumulated 3 to 6 expected in the city. Low tonight, 32.
This is Mike McCann coming up in less than 5 minutes. We'll fill you in on spring training baseball. On the ice, the Rangers lost to Washington this afternoon. Islanders, Philadelphia in progress as we speak.
Winds news time 4:41. Traffic and transit. Here's Gloria Chapa.
In Westchester, 287 eastbound between exits 10 and 11. There's a debris spill in Port Chester causing some delays. Heading down to the Bell Parkway westbound, it's going to be slow from Farmers Boulevard to Lefferts Boulevard, then Crossway Boulevard to Flatbush Avenue, but that delay is in both directions. Then heading over to the eastbound belt, you're going to see heavy traffic from the Ocean Parkway. Westbound BQE approaching Atlantic Avenue. Looks like an accident there. Stop and go traffic back to Metropolitan Avenue. Eastbound is slow from the Prospect to Brooklyn Bridge, and then the Metropolitan Avenue area to the Kosciuszko. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Eastbound Brooklyn Bridge, bumper to bumper. Holland Tunnel, 30 minutes inbound from the 139 approach. The other approaches are about 20 minutes. 10 to 15 outbound. The Lincoln is 10 to 15 in, 5 to 10 out. And the George is 15 to 20 inbound and 15 minutes outbound. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report at 4:51 on 1010 Wind.
Winds news time 4:42 with rain and snow on the way and on our doorstep, and temperatures right around freezing tonight. There's still a variety of winter weather in the forecast and accumulations. Let's get the latest live from 1010 Winds AccuWeather meteorologist John Feerick.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing most of the tri-state area now break out with a little bit of snow or snow mixed with rain. Certainly north and west of the city, it will be mostly snow, and we're going to see mostly wet roads at first here. Ground's still relatively warm, but as we head past sunset, we'll see the precipitation transition over to all snow. It'll come down heavy for a time, and roads will go from wet to slushy to snow-covered tonight, and certainly some slippery travel conditions out there late tonight. By the time it's all said and done late tonight, 1 to 3 inches for the Jersey Shore, Suffolk County, 3 to 6 inches for the city of Nassau County, with a lot of 5 and 6 inch amounts across the city, including Manhattan and the Bronx, and then 6 to 8 inches to the north and west with, again, slippery travel into the morning commute. So,
and John, when do you expect the heavy?
The heaviest stuff will probably be between about 7 or 8 p.m. and 1 in the morning, something like that.
All right, John, thank you. City officials are urging anyone with a vehicle to avoid using it during the storm. If at all possible, take mass transit. Let the plows clear the streets, and if you're responsible for a sidewalk, get that shovel and salt ready. This is the acting sanitation commissioner.
DSNY is fully staffed. We are on split shift operation, which means 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the entire department, and will remain that way throughout this entire event. We have 695 spreaders at the ready, along with over 1,600 plows.
In New Jersey, the governor has declared a state of emergency, which means there are some traffic restrictions.
Even though recent snowfall hasn't been that much, some not taking chances, making sure they're prepared after ice melts.
I really believe it's gonna be more. It's gonna be like a 6 inch. It's gonna be more, but I hope not. It's a 12 inch. It's gonna be a nightmare to get out of the house to here to work.
Father's not doing anything like Rich from Union City. He just bought boxes to move to Florida because he's sick of the weather. Not worried about stocking up on supplies.
Maybe stocking up on wine.
Samantha Leafman, 1010 Winds at the Home Depot in North Bergen.
Stay with 1010 Winds and check 1010winds.com for the latest from AccuWeather. And of course, we have traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the one. Winds news time, 4:45. Now from the WFAN Sports Desk, here's Mike McCann.
All right, son. Brett Gardner is the most tenured Yankee. In fact, he is the only player who played for the club at the old stadium across 161st Street. Now, while some skeptics wonder if he's nearing the end of the line, Gardy banged out a pair of home runs today as the Yankees beat up on the Tigers 7-1. Aaron Boone certainly liked what he saw. So to join John Sterling and Susan Walton on the WFAN broadcast.
Here last spring, all of Gardy's first starts seemed to be against left-handers, and didn't bother him at all today. Hit a couple bombs out of here to get us started, and good to see the long ball out in effect today.
The other half of the Yankees split squad lost to Toronto 5-2, but Luke Voit homered. All his competition to be the regular first baseman, Greg Bird went 0 for 2 with a walk in the main game. Mets clearing fences as well. Luis Guillorme, Adeiny Echeverria, and Dom Smith all homered as the Mets came from behind and beat the Cardinals 8 to make that 10-8 in a game that just went final over in Jupiter. On the ice, Rangers and Capitals in a shootout.
31% lifetime run for 3 this year.
And it was Mike Emmerich, NBC Sports, goalie Alexander Georgiev on what happened during that ill-fated play.
It's tough to explain, but just like the shot that I went down earlier. She was moving, not really. I kind of threw my leg and the stick at the same time. It's okay.
Capitals won a 3-2. Islanders in danger of slipping back of Washington into second place. Right now, second intermission at the Coliseum, and they trail Philadelphia 4-0. Knicks having a rough time. They're in LA against the Clippers and down 82-46 at the half. Honda Classic in Florida, 5-way tie for the lead. One of those 5 is Brooks Koepka, who is 3 under on the afternoon. Sports 15 and 45 around the clock. Mike McCann, 10-10 Win Sports.
Women's news time, 4:47.
Experience the pride of Broadway, the Lion King. The spectacular feat of artistry uses unforgettable storytelling. The Lion King is the most breathtaking musical on earth. Feel the joy, feel the love, feel the power. LionKing.com today. Now a commercial message.
Nurses and caregivers are speaking out. The ER is overcrowded. 4 nurses join the work of 8 because hospitals refuse to put enough nurses on the job. Management knows we're short-staffed. Patients on relief spilling into hallways, exposed to infection. These are the words echoed by thousands of New York nurses. Every hospital and nursing home needs safe staffing so you get the care you need and deserve. Paid for by the New York State Nurses Association. It's 40 degrees going down to 32 tonight.
When is the perfect time to make something happen for your small business? The answer is always right now. Introducing the Right Now sale from Vistaprint, where you can get 50% off any one item to promote your business and save up to $100. Choose a fresh stack of postcards, a standout banner, or whatever you need most. Why not? It's 50% off, but only until March 3rd. Own the now with the Right Now sale and get 50% off any one item at Vistaprint.com. Use promo code WHYNOT. That's Vistaprint.com. Promo code WHYNOT. Restrictions apply. See website for details.
Oh, hey.
Hey, did you hear? My friend's company was the victim of an email impersonation attack.
It's a serious threat to every business.
What if cyber criminals target us and trick accounting into making a wire transfer?
Don't worry. We have Barracuda.
So we're secured?
Yeah. Barracuda uses artificial intelligence to detect and block spear phishing and account takeover attempts.
What a relief.
Don't become a victim. Protect your business at Barracuda.com. Barracuda, your journey secured.
Twins News Time, 4:49. A little boy has died in a house fire in Queens that broke out overnight. He's been identified as 8-year-old Tigani Jones. Members of his family are among 7 other people who were hurt.
Tried our best just doing it to him, so it's fine.
Battalion Chief Patrick Keating describing the sorrow released Sunday morning as firefighters arrived at this 2-story house in Springfield Gardens, unable to save an 8-year-old boy sleeping on the 2nd floor.
The 2nd floor is fully involved fire when he showed up. It was coming out of the window.
Wyman lives next door. It sounds really gloomy lake. Some folks jumped out of windows. 7 people were hurt. None of those injuries life-threatening. No word on what caused the fire. Roger Stern, 10-10 wins in Springfield Gardens, Queens.
Cops have identified a body found in Jamaica, Queens, Friday, but the man's death is still a mystery. Police say 49-year-old Anthony Fields was found dead in the backyard of his house on 170th Street, and that he had lacerations to his face and arms. Unclear how they got there. The medical examiner will determine the cause of death. Wins News Time 4:50. The chairman of the House committee that would hold any impeachment hearings says they are a long way from that. Congressman Jerry Nadler from here in the city appeared on ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos, saying the priority now is to examine special counsel Robert Mueller's report.
Do you think the president obstructed justice? Yes, I do. It's very clear that the president obstructed justice. It's very clear.
He pointed to the firing of FBI Director James Comey and the president's protection of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty last year to lying to the FBI. Wins News Time 4:51 from the Ramtex Traffic Center. Here's Gloria Chapa with an expanded report.
Westbound Belt Parkway is going to be slow from Farmers Boulevard to Lefferts Boulevard, then Cross Bay Boulevard to Flatbush Avenue in both directions is slow. Eastbound Belt is slow from the Arizona to Ocean Parkway. Westbound in the Ocean Parkway, looks like there's a possible accident there. Westbound BQE, as you make your way into Atlantic Avenue, you're going to hit some bumper-to-bumper traffic. That's because of a possible accident. It is backed up to Metropolitan Avenue. Eastbound is slow from the Prospect Expressway to the Brooklyn Bridge, and then Metropolitan Avenue to the Kosciuszko. Here's what you see on Long Island Express 3. No real problems on the LIE in the North State, but the westbound Sun State is a bit heavy from exits 18 to 17. Garden State Parkway southbound, just after exit 145, that's Route 280 in East Orange. The right lane's blocked with an accident causing delays. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George Washington Bridge is going to be 15 to 20 minutes inbound on the upper and the lower level. Outbound's about 15 minutes as well, both levels. The Lincoln Tunnel 10 to 15 in both directions. Now, the Holland's a little more complicated because if you're coming in from 139, it's going to be at least 30 minutes, if not longer, because there is construction blocking the center lane at Jersey Avenue. The other approaches are about 20 minutes. 10 to 15 on the outbound side as well. Now, checking out the 1010 Winds Transit, that's Uptown 6 Trans are holding in stations because a transit brakes were activated at Hunts Point Ave. I'm Gloria Chapa. Our next report is at 5:01 on 1010 Winds.
You may be eligible for a special nicotine patch and lozenge giveaway. Ends March 7th. Quit smoking today. Visit nysmokefree.com or call 1-866-NY-QUITS.
Winds News Time 4:52. Now the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. The storm is almost here. Let's check in with meteorologist John Furyk.
We're starting to see some light precipitation break out. Generally light snow from the city on north and west, but some rain mixed in across central New Jersey and parts of Long Island. Everybody will transition over to snow this evening as some heavier precipitation works in. So after sunset, roads will go from wet to slushy and then eventually snow-covered tonight, and some slippery travel conditions out there late tonight, tomorrow morning. Storm total snow accumulation by the time it ends late tonight, 1 to 3 inches for Suffolk County and the Jersey Shore, 3 to 6 inches for Nassau County and the city, and a lot of 5 and 6 inch amounts likely across Manhattan and the Bronx, and then farther to the north and west, 6 to 8 inches for the northwestern suburbs. So certainly that's where we'll see the worst of the traffic conditions later on tonight. The low 32, brisk and chilly tomorrow for 40, and then very cold but dry Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now it's at 40 and cloudy, going down to 32 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather's John Furyk on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds.
Winds News Time 4:53.
Ah, Greg, today's not your day. You pulled up to BP with mismatched socks, left your coffee at the bank, your wallet in your khakis at home. Just when you need to pay, can't you catch a break? Actually, you can. The BP Me app lets you pay with your phone and earn driver rewards. So even when it seems like nothing's going your way, we've made sure one thing is. Download the BP Me app in your mobile app store today. BP, every day brighter. At participating locations. For more information, go to mybpstation.com/BPMe.
So this is your very first day on a 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I'm really excited. Of course you are. This is a great job. So tell me what you've learned. Make things easy for the customer. And what do we tell people? All you have to do is point, and whatever you're pointing at will disappear. We're just some cheerful guys who make your life happier. And isn't that what you want? Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Winds News Time 4:54. A mix of history and politics today in Selma, Alabama. Crowds gathered to mark the anniversary of the Bloody Sunday March by civil rights leaders across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Among the speakers, Hillary Clinton and Senator Cory Booker.
Something is very wrong when one party is systematically and deliberately trying to stop millions of Americans from voting. So yes, this is about democracy, but it's also about dignity, pride, and the equality every American is promised.
You can't come to Selma
to
to remember what happened in the past and leave here and forget the obligations of the present.
Civil rights activist Jesse Jackson also spoke, saying what he called schemes to suppress voting rights are very real and alive today. Wayne's News Time 4:55. Connecticut is one place you don't have to pay tolls on the highways, but that could change, and state lawmakers want some public input. Coming up Wednesday, the Transportation Committee for the General Assembly will have testimony on Governor LaRoche's proposal to create a tolling system on Interstates 84, 91, 95, and Route 15. The bill would let the state DOT set up tolling agreements with the Federal Highway Administration and other states that have tolls. Wins News Time 4:56. Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins. Here's Elisa Parenti.
Ford and Tesla are working on adding fully electric pickup trucks to their lineup. A startup might beat them to it. Rivian has drawn interest and investment from traditional car makers and from the tech sector. Auto Trader's Michelle Craig says Amazon has invested $700 million in Rivian.
That's chump change for a company like Amazon, but for a startup like Rivian, it's both important in terms of the money, but also in terms of raising the profile of Rivian with having this very high-profile partner.
Rivian says its R1T electric pickup will be able to reach 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds and tow as much as 11,000 pounds. And that could make them useful for Amazon's growing delivery service.
This is a way to get cheap, clean electric delivery trucks to them pretty quickly so they can use them to get packages all over the place.
Bloomberg's David Welch reports General Motors is also in talks with Rivian on some kind of partnership, but GM isn't commenting. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Elisa Parenti for 1010 Win.
Wins News Time 4:57.
The views expressed in the following commercial message are solely those of the advertiser.
Washington's policies are causing a $1 billion cut to New York's healthcare system. Unless New York State steps up to protect healthcare, community hospitals across the state will close. Emergency rooms will shut down. People forced to travel further for care, threatening lives. Dozens of New York hospitals have already closed, and 26 more are on the state's distressed watch list. Healthcare will be in jeopardy for the most vulnerable, like seniors, children, and those with disabilities. Unless New York State steps up, these massive healthcare cuts threaten hospitals and access to care for millions of New Yorkers. Call 844-898-1199 and tell New York State to fight back against Washington's cuts and support healthcare. That's 844-898-1199. It's an emergency. Paid for by 1199 SEIU and Greater New York Hospital Association Healthcare Education Project.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-3495. That's 1-800-460-3495. Again, 1-800-460-3495.
Wins News Time 4:59. The snow is coming. It could start out as rain depending where you are. Accumulating 3 to 6 inches for the city and Nassau County, 6 to 8 for most northern and western suburbs, 1 to 3 across Suffolk County and the Jersey Shore. Low tonight 32 degrees. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Lisa Brown is our service aide. Julie Vaughn is our writer. Sarah Miller is our editor. I'm Sonia Rincon.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. afternoon, it's 40 degrees at 5 o'clock on this Sunday, March 3rd. I'm David Weiss, and here's what's happening. Another winter storm is here. A light mix of snow and rain for starters, turning to all snow tonight, lasting through the evening and overnight hours. We'll check in live with AccuWeather. Tragic fire in the Springfield Garden section of Queens early this morning, claiming the life of an 8-year-old boy. Wild scene early this morning inside an exclusive Chicago nightclub. 6 people in all were shot. No arrests made so far. And a New York State senator pushing hard to get the state legislature to allocate more funding in the fight against Lyme disease. 10-10 winds AccuWeather. As we mentioned, rain and snow arriving, changing to all snow tonight. Overnight low of 32.
This is Mike McCann. Lots of home runs to talk about in spring training baseball. On the ice, the Rangers lose a shootout to Washington. We'll update you on the Islanders game and the Knicks just underway on the West Coast.
Winds news time 5:01. From the Ram Trucks Traffic Center, expanded traffic for you now. Here's Gloria Chapa.
No, we're starting to see some snow in a few areas, but the roads still aren't too bad. However, that doesn't mean that the traffic is not. It is. New England Thruway northbound after exit 21 got an accident there, so that's between exits 21 and 22 going up into Connecticut. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Right now, the LIE and the Inland State are actually moving well. Westbound Southern State a little slow coming off exit 18 into 17. And it looks like Route 135 southbound at Old Country Road, there's a car fire causing some problems in New Jersey. Garden State Park is southbound, so this is just after Route 280. They're still clearing an accident from the right lane, and keep in mind that they do have commercial vehicle restrictions in place on 78, Route 22, 280, 287, and Route 80. Now, here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The George Washington Bridge inbound 15 to 20 on the upper, and it's going to be 20 to 25 on the upper, and 25 or so on the lower. Outbound 15 to 20 minutes. Lincoln Tunnel 15 to 20 in, 10 to 15 out, and the Holland is going to be at least 30 minutes from 139. The other approaches are about 20 minutes. Outbound is going to be 10 to 15 minutes. And remember, if you're heading out to the airports, call your carrier. Airlines have begun to cancel significant numbers of flights at LaGuardia, Newark, and JFK. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic roads whenever they happen. I'm Gloria Chapa on 1010 Winds.
Winds news time 5:02. Another winter storm arriving on all tracks and expected to cause difficult travel conditions for the entire area right into tomorrow morning's commute. 10-10 winds. AccuWeather meteorologist John Fearon joining us live with the latest. John?
Yeah, the precipitation breaking out across the Tri-State area right now. Temperature's still in the upper 30s, so even if you're seeing snow, that's generally from the city on north and west. It's not really sticking on the roads at this point, just wet roads right now. But as we head past sunset, precipitation picks up in intensity. It goes over to all snow, and certainly it's going to stick a little bit more as we head past sunset. So roads will go from wet to slushy to snow covered through the night, and we're going to have some dangerous travel conditions out there late tonight for sure as the temperature ticks back close to that freezing mark. We'll see 1 to 3 inches by the time it's all said and done for the Jersey Shore, Suffolk County, where rain mixes in a little bit more. 3 to 6 inches for Nassau County and the city, and a lot of 5 and 6 inch amounts across the city, and then 6 to 8 inches to the north and west, and that's where you probably need the snow blower, and we'll have reversal travel conditions for the morning commute. David?
AccuWeather meteorologist John Fearon. Winds news time 5:03. In the city, the Department of Transportation and Sanitation Departments spend much of the day preparing for this system.
The Sun Acting Sanitation Commissioner Stephen Costas stood at the Spring Street salt shed and said the city is ready for the storm they knew is coming.
We have 695 spreaders at the ready, along with over 1,600 plows.
Tow trucks will be out to move stuck vehicles that are blocking traffic. And Emergency Management Commissioner Joseph Esposito says stay off the roads Monday morning.
We advise everyone to avoid all unnecessary travel and use public transportation.
And the MTA is pre-positioning equipment to make sure they're ready for the morning. Roger Stern, 1010 winds at the Spring Street Salt Shed in Manhattan.
Winds news time 5:04. At a briefing earlier this afternoon, Governor Cuomo spoke about storm preparations.
If it is just what they forecast, we are prepared for it. Since it is a relatively small part of the state that is most dramatically affected, we have redeployed resources from other parts of the state to the Hudson Valley, Westchester, etc.
In Nassau County, Hempstead Town Supervisor Laura Gillen telling 1010 Winds storm preparations include treating the roads, but not all roads are treated equally.
We have priority roads always treated first, and those are roads that are highly trafficked roads for business, roads near schools, roads near places of worship, those are the roads that we prioritize, and we will treat all of those as well as our ancillary roads, which will be treated after the priority roads.
Stay with 1010 Winds and 1010winds.com for the latest from AccuWeather. Track the traffic in transit on the ones. We ride this one out together tonight, overnight, and beyond. Winds News Time 5:05. The search for a killer continues. A for-hire driver stabbed to death last night in the Baychester section of the Bronx by Co-op City. The victim, identified as 27-year-old Ganu Gandano, said to be an Uber driver who may have picked up a cash fare around 5 yesterday afternoon. He was found in the driver's seat of his car. He had been stabbed in the neck and chest. Police say it's not clear if he had been attacked by a passenger or from outside the car. Fernando Mateo, who heads up the Taxi Drivers Federation, had this to say this afternoon.
The New York State Federation of Taxi Drivers has a check for $3,000 for anyone that is willing to get us information as to who committed this brutal crime.
The Independent Drivers Guild also calling for more to be done to protect the safety of for-hire drivers. Winds News Time 5:06. Police in New Orleans have a man in custody they say ran down several people during pre-Mardi Gras celebrations last night. Some of the victims were on bicycles, others walking on the sidewalk. 2 people died, 7 others hurt, 3 of them critically. New Orleans Police Superintendent Sean Ferguson says as officers responded, even more calls were coming in.
The citizens stopped this individual because they thought they was helping someone who had just been involved in a one-car accident.
Blood and alcohol tests are pending for 32-year-old suspect Tony, although he is said to have told officers, quote, "I have a drinking problem," end quote. Tony is also reportedly the son of a police officer. Among the charges he's facing, 2 counts of vehicular homicide. No arrests yet in a Chicago shooting inside an exclusive South Shore club. Police report gunfire broke out around 3:45 a.m. in a lounge that was closed to the public. In all, 6 people were wounded by gunfire, 4 men and 2 women. Cops say all are expected to survive. No word yet on what sparked that shooting. Winds News Time 5:07.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you for $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Chiefs.
Hudson Valley State Senator Sue Serino is calling on the state legislature to make more money available to fight the tick-borne illness. Last year, a record $1 million was included in the state budget for research, education, and prevention of Lyme disease. The Republican lawmaker wants more funding added to the budget. She'll detail her request tomorrow during a news conference in Albany. That will be followed by an expert panel on Lyme disease. Winds News Time 5:10. Traffic and AccuWeather in 1 minute on 1010 Winds.
You owe over $10,000 in back taxes. You've called every tax firm out there. They all say the same thing, making promises they never keep, and you're sick of it. What you really need is a new start on your back taxes. If you're faced with garnishments, levies, audits, or years of unfiled tax returns, we'll fight to get you the new start you deserve. Call 1-800-601-8802. Our New Start program will stop collection efforts, remove any lien the IRS has in place, and reduce your back taxes by as much as 80%, as high as 80% on the way to full taxes.
Where the hell did you guys go? Okay, that one was not on me. I don't know what the heck happened, but I never lost the connection.
Including westbound on 18 is closed from the South Island Parkway to Francis Lewis Boulevard and the Two Gardens into Queens Boulevard. Eastbound is still from the B2 inbound all the way across to the Clearview. Southbound Van Wyck is closed from the Jockey to Winter Boulevard. Northbound from Bell Parkway to Hill Lakeside Avenue, and then eastbound Bell Parkway, so from the Van Wyck to Merrick Boulevard. Westbound is still Farmers Boulevard to Lefferts Boulevard, and then Cross Bay Boulevard to Flatbush Avenue in both directions. In New Jersey, Garden State Parkway southbound just south of exit 145 at Route 280, they're still clearing an accident from the right lane. And here's what you need to know. George Washington Bridge inbound 30 to 35 on the upper, 25 to 30 on the lower, outbound 15 to 20 in both levels. Lincoln is 15 to 20 inbound, 10 to 15 outbound, and the Holland is at least 30 to 35 inbound from 139, 10 to 15 from other associated, and 10 to 15 on the outbound side. I'm Gloria Sosa, next report at 521 on 1010 Winds.
Now the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. The storm has arrived. Here's meteorologist John Fearon. We've got a mix of snow and rain out. Mostly snow, at least in the north and west, and as some precipitation works in here the next couple of hours.
All right, now we're going to wrap this up here. I've gotten my Monday morning commute out of the way about 12 hours early. Before I go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I now have an Instagram page, so we'll see how long that lasts. Follow it and see what I post on there. I don't think it's going to be the conventional stuff that you're used to seeing on elsewhere. So we'll have some fun with that. Till the next stream, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.